Hello Crafty Llamas! In this video I'll be showing you how to do the German twisted cast-on method. So for this I have got some bog standard yarn and I've got my needles. You're only going to need one needle to do this on, so you don't have to have a circular or anything like that. You can use whatever needles you normally would. I've attached both ends just for the sake of it making sense, but I'm only going to be using one needle, so you can move the other one out your way. So essentially this is a cast-on method which is used for garments such as hats, jumpers and those sorts of things where you need an amount of stretch in your cast-on. And let me zoom in. So this is one that I did earlier, and then I'll show you how to do it in a second. Here we go. So what it creates is this kind of twisted edge that you can see here along the front, and on the back it's got like pearl bumps along the back, and it's just a super stretchy cast on, so that's why it's great for jumpers. It's kind of like a stretchy bind off but for a cast on instead, so it's just it adds a little bit of extra stretch between the stitches, perfect for anything that needs to go over heads. So I have my needles here. Like I said, I'll be moving one out of the way. And then I have got my yarn here. So what you're going to want to do is make sure, if this is quite a long cast on, you're going to need quite a large tail. So it might be handy for you to measure, do a test of, for example, 20 stitches to see how much yarn that uses, and then multiply that out to the number of stitches that you want to cast on, so then you're not going to run out of yarn or have loads as a tail at the end. I'm going to be doing quite a short one, so I'm just going to leave myself a little bit of room. And you're going to create a slip knot. So grab your needle. So here's my needle. And I'm just going to tighten my yarn, my slip knot. So what you want is you want your tail end at the front and your working yarn at the back. So this one here is my tail end at the front. And then at the back here is my working yarn, so that's the one connected to my ball. And what you're going to do is you're going to create a slingshot start, which you might know from other cast-on methods, like Judy's Magic Cast-On, for example. I've shown you this one before. Basically what that means is you're going to use your index finger to hold one strand of yarn here, and then your thumb on the other, essentially to create tension between your yarn and just to give you that space. So what we're going to do is you're going to make a loop with your thumb. So if it's like this, you just twist your thumb forward so that you've got that cross here, and you're going to go under those two strands where it's crossed. You're going to go under, and then you're going to go between like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go under the back one, and then underneath this front strand, and then you pull it tight and you end up with one stitch. I am going to be doing this quite slowly for you, and then I'll do some faster ones, so there's no need to rewind, just bear with me and I'll show you a few more. So once again, what I tend to do is I have my yarn like this, and then I just twist my hand up to create this twist here, and you're going to go under, between, pick up your back, and then through, underneath, like so. It's going to look a bit weird, but just bear with it, tighten it, and there we go. So what happens when you tighten it is you get this bobble at the back, and you're only going to end up with one extra stitch, so it kind of looks like you're going to end up with two, and then some magic happens somewhere in there which tightens it up and you only end up with one. So let's do that again. So you're going to twist that yarn, pick up both strands, go in between, pick up your back strand, and then you're going to go in between but under that front yarn like so, and tighten that up. And I've now got 4. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see my hands a little bit clearer. So now you can see my whole hands. I'm going to slingshot, twist that so you get that kind of twist there. You're going to go under both, in between, pick up that back strand, and then in between again your front, like so. So you're going to twist it, pick it up, in between, pick up your back one, and then go in between but from the front this time, like so. So you're going to pick up both, in between, pick up the back, in between from the front, and pick it up. And you do get into a rhythm quite quickly. So it is one of those, you do tend to pick up a rhythm. And I let my right hand do most of the work. Under, 3, pick up and through from the front, and tighten, like so. And it is one of those that once you've got the hang of it, it does actually come together quite quickly. It did take me a fair few attempts on my first ever attempt at this, or my first ever project where I was required to use this cast on method. It was a jumper that I'm working on at the moment, and I started it just after Christmas, and it took me probably about a good 5 attempts to get the hang of this. So if you are just struggling, don't worry, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of getting used to. So just to go over that one more time, you create your slingshot. So I hold it there, like so, and you're going to twist that front yarn, pick up both strands, go in between from the back to the front, pick up that back strand, and then in between from the front to the back, and pull it tight, like so. And there you have your German twisted cast on, which apparently also used to be called the Old Norwegian cast on. So there we are. If you have enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please do let me know by commenting below and liking it. We do have weekly videos, so please do subscribe to my channel. Our social media handle is Crafty Llama UK, so you can find us on various platforms using that. Please tag us if you attempt anything in this video, and of course you can purchase all of the tools used in this video on our shop, which I will link below. That's it for this week's video, but I'll be back with you for another one next week. Bye!